everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Jocelyn Lovely Tarot. So good to see you guys here today. Today's reading is going to be for my beautiful Sagittarius. If you guys resonate with the video, like, share, and subscribe. If you guys want some personal readings, hit me up at jocelynlovely84@gmail.com. Alright guys, today I'm getting great energy, Sagittarius. I feel like you guys, gender does not matter, have been focusing so much on personal growth, setting boundaries, really focusing on nourishing yourself first, right? And everybody else kind of, you know, is in the back burner, right? So it's almost as if maybe before you used to overexert, overgive, overdo, and help everybody along the way. It was a very beautiful energy. Like, you really love helping people. The only thing with that is that there was, like I said, it got to the point where I think maybe people unintentionally were used to you doing that for them. So it almost felt like it was a chore. It wasn't fun anymore, right? You weren't helping out of because you loved it, but now it almost felt like it was work. And you were exhausted and you were tired, and now you're so focused on you spending a lot of downtime with yourself lately, like just staying away, retreating, focusing on healing. You end up coming out as the Empress. Again, gender does not matter, which is why I said it earlier, right? This is you coming out. It's like your revealing party, right? Coming out from like letting go of this old version of who you were, and then coming out as the Empress. Very confident. The Empress knows her worth, his worth. The Empress is all about, it's all about demanding and commanding respect, right? But in a way where it's like she doesn't, or they don't have to say anything. They just show up, right? So focused on them, so focused on all this harnessing their own energy, and just, again, coming up with like perfect, clear, concise boundaries. Because then you get the King of Wands. When we talk about the King of Wands, this is a master. A master, he could teach people a certain amount of things, right? He's a leader. But the whole, what I'm mostly getting here is this is you. Boundaries. Right? Making sure nobody crosses your energy threshold. Making sure that if somebody's trying to, maybe back in the day, you used to enjoy having people, I don't want to say codependent, right? But I feel like sometimes attachments happen when we need that type of love and support. But there's a difference between attachment and healthy relationships, right? And so maybe you were used to the attachments, whereas now you cannot live or even breathe around somebody who wants to latch onto your energy. You cannot do it anymore. You're getting older. You don't have time for that. You don't have the energy. You have so many things that you prioritize about you, right? Where you want to go, where you want to be, meeting specific goals that right now you can't stop along the way just to help people and give your all and just stay there hoping that they'll acknowledge you and give you the validation that you need. No. Your time, your resources are just too precious, right? That's what I'm saying. All this time spent alone, you thought it was a punishment, right? Because you had to let go of all these people that were taking your energy, right? And it's like, no, this was a blessing in disguise, because now you're coming out as the Queen of Pentacles, right? This is the best. When it comes to giving, she's pragmatic, right? So the Queen of Pentacles knows how to give of her resources, of her time, of her energy. She's very the motherly energy, and I think you spent so much time being that motherly energy that it took everything from you. It gets to a point that even a mom, right, she sacrifices herself for her kids and for her family, and then one day when her kids grow up, it's like it's time for her to focus on what she wants, right? It's that motherly energy, and then now it's like it's your time. So it almost seems like you understand why it's so important to create those boundaries, because people will latch onto you real quick. If you're giving out handouts, people will come and their hand will be out, right? They know you're the one that's going to give them whatever they need, and it's like you're not doing that anymore. Good for you. Good for you. With the Five of Wands, it almost seems like it was a conflict, right? It was a conflict at that time because, again, you didn't know how to balance your own energy. Now it's like, here you go. 5 of Wands, what? You're lighting the way. There's nobody beside you latching on you. This is you. You stand strong on your own. You have such a strong foundation, you don't need anybody to save you. You no longer care. It's almost as if you spent so much time in a hiatus away from everybody. When you came back around those people that are used to you being a certain way, they couldn't handle that. Because you're just so different now. You can't handle their energy. If they're dense, if their energy is too dense, if they're not working on themselves, if they're not healing, if they're not validating themselves, you can't be around that. Because you're not Captain Sava, you know. It's just not your job anymore. That role does not make you happy anymore. Which is why this is like a celebration, because it's like people work so hard to become that person. But they're so stable and they're so healthy. Now you can focus on healthier relationships, right? So if you have a relationship, you're not giving them your all. With the Queen of Wands energy, I'm getting, again, all these motherly energies. You got the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. With the King of Wands, right? But it's balance. Balanced body, balanced human, peace of mind. You're at the top of your game. And this whole time you were wondering why you spent this whole time alone. So that you can learn to appreciate your own space, right? So you can spend time with the people you love, but after a while, it's like, you gotta go home, you gotta deal with you, and the only person you really want to be with is yourself. You've managed to love yourself at that level, at that frequency. That's a huge thing, guys. Don't underestimate the power of what it is to have boundaries, right? Because now these toxic people can't even reach you. You're like gone AWOL and you don't even care. Some of you guys are so strict with your boundary and your time. You're like, look, I only have this time available and this time available. If it doesn't work for you, great. You know, I love you. Take care. Bye. As you should. The next card is the Tower. This is what I'm saying. It's like all these people needing your help. And you would literally go around trying to save every single person in this tower while these people's lives were in shambles. And here you were, giving everything that you had to help save these people, and look, they didn't even want to save themselves. You're avoiding a massive tower because it almost seems like this denseness, this whole structure is too dense for one person. You cannot carry everybody else's troubles on your back. You had to let it go. You let that fucking tower come in and you let these people go real quick. You know better. You know better. Life taught you a very valuable lesson. So if you thought you weren't learning anything, joke's on you. You actually learned a lot. Joke's on them because they cannot understand that you changed. They might think you're bougie now, but really it's just, you just know better. It's not your fault. They gotta learn how to have boundaries too. Alright, my beautiful Sagittarius, that's all I have for you guys. I love you. Take care. Bye.